Metal Eden isn't trying to be subtle. It's slick, it's intense, it knows exactly who it's for. Now, I've just wrapped up my time with the PlayStation 5 demo, and if the full game builds on what's here, we could be looking at one of the most exciting, style-forward shooters on the platform this year. Now, just to be transparent, this video is sponsored by PlayOnGames, who gave me early access to check out the demo. But there is a reason Metal Eden turned heads with its first trailer: cyberpunk grit, bullet howler pacing, and combat that blends old-school edge with next-gen sheen. But the demo, it is live right now, it's focused, it's punchy, and it runs deeper than you'd expect. So today, let's break down what makes this one worth your time and why it's officially on my radar for PS5. Alright, so I will say this quickly before we get into this. There's another reason this one caught my attention: Raycon, a name I've been watching for a long time because they made a game called Ruiner, a top-down isometric twin-stick shooter I absolutely adore. I've raved about it here and over on Switch Corner as well. The world building in that game, the action, the aesthetic, it's all pin perfect. So of course, I had to see what was next. What I didn't expect, that it would take years to arrive. So what is it? Well, it's a sci-fi first-person shooter that plays like a shot of adrenaline. That's the best way I can put it. You are Aska, a hyper unit built for recon, mobility, and sheer destruction. You're dropped into a suicide mission in the heart of this dystopian city. Now, I will say this: it was once a utopian city orbiting above the planet's surface, but now it's a fortress of twisted steel, AI, and forgotten ambition. Your job? Infiltrate, fight, and pull out the remaining human consciousnesses locked away in cores before they're lost forever. So basically, yeah, you're not just blasting enemies here. You're breaking through defenses, cracking energy shields, extracting power cores mid-combat to shift the battlefield in your favor. The enemies, they're all cybernetic, sleek, and lethal. A mix of think fast-moving mech and elemental units that swarm and pressure you constantly. And they're backed by something darker: the engineers, mysterious overseers of the Eden Project, who clearly aren't done playing gods. Combat is aggressive and also vertical. You can dash, wall run, grapple, and pull off aerial chains that make you feel like a weapon over a soldier. You've got access to a jetpack, gravity hooks, and when the time comes, a full-on transformation into an armored wrecking ball called the Ram Ball. It's chaos, but it's controlled chaos, the kind where every tool in your kit matters, and every encounter forces movements. But what elevates it all for me is, once again, like Ruiner, the setting. This is a towering, almost brutalist nightmare. Industrial architecture wrapped around ancient secrets. It's all harsh lines and neon rot split between the orbital city and the world below, that is Vulcan. And somewhere in this mess, a digital afterlife. A hive of stored human minds. And Aska, your character, is caught in the middle, not just fighting to survive, but to uncover what went wrong and who's pulling the strings. So yeah, it isn't just about firepower. It's about uncovering the truth buried under the layers of machine logic and failed utopia. And if the demo is anything to go by, we're only scratching the surface. If I had to describe it myself, Metal Eden plays out across linear action-packed stages, so as I said, wall running, kind of speed-focused, momentum-based gunfights where your weapons overload fast. It forces you to switch things in your arsenal on the fly. It kind of gave me strong Ghost Runner vibes in terms of pace and flow, and while there are difficulty options, even on normal, this thing offers a serious challenge. But where it really starts to click is in its arena segments. Occasionally the game slams the brakes on your sprint through corridors and drops you into what can only be described as full-blown Quake-style chaos. Think open kill boxes, jump pads, pits of death, enemies coming from every angle. It's unfiltered, old-school carnage. The demo here then, it spans 2 levels, around 45 minutes of gameplay, and as you push forward, you start seeing the signs of real progression. I unlocked new weapons, figured out how to zipline between grapple points, and stumbled on 2 systems I didn't expect: a store and a skill tree. The store lets you tweak your guns, faster cooldowns, better efficiency, which you'll absolutely need because ammo's tight and recharging takes real awareness. The skill tree though, that's where things open up. One of the first upgrades I grabbed, a short time slow-mo that lets me line up perfect headshots mid-air. It's clean, it's tactical, it's crucial, and honestly, it's simply cool. Now when it comes to enemy types then, that's where Metal Eden really gets playerful. There's a surprising amount of variety even in this short demo. Everything from small, almost alien-like crawlers to teleporting troops to towering mechs that feel like mini-bosses in their own right. And the combat loop stays fresh thanks to a brilliant mechanic ripping cores. Every enemy you face here has a core, and you really get a choice. You can rip it out, or you can just shoot them to death, basically. But if you do rip it out, you get two choices. Absorb it, and you gain a powerful melee attack, perfect for smashing through shielded enemies, in fact one of the only ways you can do it, or you can throw it, and it basically becomes a grenade with serious splash damage. It's a really fun layer of strategy, and when you're surrounded by enemies with defenses you can't break through otherwise, trust me, you're going to be grateful for the option. Visually then, I think the game's looking great. The demo showcases a few striking locations, and while they're compact in scale, they're detailed, atmospheric, and feel like a spiritual successor to Ruina's cyberpunk playgrounds, brutalist blocks, neon lighting, and just enough environmental storytelling to keep you intrigued. It's clearly been built with care. That said, a couple of bits of early feedback from me. Cutscenes still feel a little rough around the edges, with some minor stuttering here and there. And then the aiming system has acceleration, which takes a second to get used to. It starts slow, then it ramps up as you turn. It's not really a problem, but I would love to see the option for more traditional FPS style input down the line, just remove the acceleration entirely. Again though, look, these are small things, and honestly, they already feel like they're on the dev radar. But what is here overall? Impressive. A strong foundation, a compelling gameplay loop, and real momentum heading into launch. And look, hey, if you want to check it out for yourself, demo's live right now on PS5. It's totally free, and with that, you will get Mission 0 and Mission 1 Paradise Lost. Mission 0 is an introduction to the core mechanics and the tease of the wider mystery behind your character, the HYPER UNIT android you control, but also her unique ability to be reprinted, which means, yes, you can basically die and come back to life. Mission 1 Paradise Lost, then, it's a deeper dive with combat arenas and the full upgrade system introduced. That includes body modules and, again, as I said, the store for weapon enhancements. Finally, for the speed demons out there, it's a $1,000 speedrun challenge live right now, running until April 15th. If that is your thing, I've dropped a link to it in the pinned comment below. So yeah, look, that's Metal Eden. Fast, loud, stylish, packed with promise. So big thanks again to Play On Games for sponsoring this video today. I've loved getting hands-on with it, and if you've been sleeping on this one, now's the time to give it a go. Download the demo, it's completely free, so there's no harm. Cheers all, and I'll see you on the next one.